All right. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Am I on?
You are.
I am on. And welcome, everybody, to the Love Football Zone here in Manchester, 2017 Soccer X. It's great to be back for our fourth year here in the Love Football Zone. Over the last year, myself, my colleagues Jen and Dan and Simon as well, who is unfortunately still stuck on a training coming up from London, have very much enjoyed looking at what we should bring to the Love Football Zone in regards topics and contents. And what we always like to do here at the Love Football Zone is give you a little insight into both what we have to look forward to over the next 3 days, and also as a little add-on, I thought it'd be nice just to have a little chat around our own personal highlights around using football as that kind of tool for community development and using football to engage as many, both young people, old people, through women's sport, different elements of sport. So that's what I thought we'd do to kick off this morning. So, but before we do that, Dan, great to be with you again here in the Love Football Zone. What is the aim of this zone over the next 3 days?
Good morning, everyone. So as Jez alluded to there, the zone, the concept behind the zone originally was about connecting the business of football to the community and recognizing that as an opportunity instead of a responsibility. So the whole term CSR is brandished now across the world in every industry, but especially in football. When you see the money coming into the sport, it's all about now what impact can that actually have. So yeah, this was really a coming together of like-minded people that thought, actually, let's celebrate the opportunity by connecting the corporate world to the community and actually be a translation actually for what's going on. Because most of the time there's so many amazing things happening around us in the streets, but actually the world, the business of football, don't actually get to hear it because they're so consumed by the everyday work that they have. So football's social opportunity, I think, is what it's all about. So we're joined by some amazing partners in the Love Football Zone. Thank you all for being here. And for anyone that's walking around, I encourage you to come and speak to them and learn about these projects and everything that they're doing. Because it's really about changing the way that that football is perceived and can be sustainable, more sustainable for the future.
That's great. And obviously over the next 3 days we have a whole variety of panels. As every year, there's been quite a big focus on women's football within the Love Football Zone. Jen, it's great to have you back here again. I know we've got Jill Scott coming this afternoon. You're going to be chatting to her. I've heard straight off the football pitch.
Yes,
so
they've got a friendly at 1 o'clock today,
yeah,
so she
have.
said, is it all right if I turn up in my tracksuit? Well, I'm straight off the M62 with a 2-hour delay, so I'm hardly smart either.
Yeah, so I think it would be just quite nice to know, obviously, what's been the highlight of the year in regards to women's football? I know kind of throwing that question at you quite quickly, but...
Well, I guess you can't really get past the Euros, and there's sort of a two-pronged thing there, I guess, looking at it with my British head on. It was brilliant to see Scotland at a big tournament for the first time, although it didn't start too well for them, losing to England 6-0. And then England beat France in the quarterfinals, a bit earlier than they expected to play them, but that was the first time they'd beaten France in 43 years. So that was a big sort of hoodoo, or as Howard Wilkinson would say, bizarrely, a monkey on their back. So they got that out of the way. They lost to the Netherlands in the semi-final, so I was in a proper huff for a few days. I hate football, I was thinking, and then I went to the final in Enschede. And it was a phenomenal experience. The Dutch really, they love a party, and they're joyous, and they love their football, and they're enthusiastic, and all those things came out on the pitch as well. And the Danes they had a go, and it was just a phenomenal football match. It was, 4 goals in the first 30 minutes, and the atmosphere and the celebrations afterwards really lifted my spirits, and a big future for some of those players and for the women's game.
And it's great that we're actually kicking off our Love Football Zone panel here discussing coaching. And we've got Vicky Jepson from Liverpool Football Club, who's going to be discussing her own coaching pathway and her views on football coaching, alongside Jack Walton from the FA. From a personal point of view, I spend most of my year working for the Premier League on their international football development programme called Premier Skills, and we celebrated 10 years of that programme this year. And we've got a short video now just to show you that we pulled together in both South Africa and India to highlight the positive work that Premier Skills has been having over the last 10 years. If we want to play the video.
Or stare at Jen.
Premier Skills is the international football development project from the Premier League and the British Council. It's a fantastic opportunity for coaches to travel abroad and share their knowledge and expertise with different coaches in different countries and different cultures.
I really enjoy Premier Skills. It has come to our country and made us realize how important community development is. I've gained so much knowledge from it because education is important for me, and I think they've empowered me to give back to the community.
Premier Skills help a lot in our country. Sports is very important for the children. Premier Skills give a new life because I can coach the kids. I can bring them up. I can bring them to the social life. That's why Premier Skills are very much important to me.
Not only are we providing the coaches with the tools to work with young people, we're also providing the coaches with an opportunity to develop as a coach educator. So not only can they coach the players, they can also coach fellow coaches. And this makes the program unique and sustainable.
It helps me a lot to develop my skills, to develop my community as a footballing community. It is giving us the opportunity to learn. Football is acting like a medium of contact. Premier Skills offering courses like football, community courses or young leaders training program. It is massively developing our skills, our ideas, our techniques. You know, it can help you to be a good human being.
Not many coaches from Soweto get to go to workshops, either too expensive or too far. So with Premier Skills coming into the communities to give the coaches the workshops, then more and more people are interested and they want to know how to grow with Premier Skills and how to move forward. And a lot of their football is also improving because the workshops helps with the theory and how to put it into practice. The work that we do with the coaches back to the kids, you can see the difference that it makes with them week in, week out.
Premier Skills helps our community by encouraging grassroots soccer. I'm now responsible. I can connect with my kids, my players as well, tell them the importance of football and being good citizenship. The day I made Premier Skills was a change of my life.
Premier Skill means a lot to me because it's a revelation whereby maybe we have learned a lot. They taught us how to be inclusive. Every children has a right to play. But now since Premier Skill came to us, things have changed and they enjoy everything that we do with them.
I think the best thing about Premier Skills for me is seeing adults who want to deliver football coaching sessions to young people go on a journey themselves. It's fantastic to see the Premier League, the British Council together, giving these coaches an opportunity to grow and develop as people. It empowers them to have a positive role within their community, and that's really special about the programme. Okay, so just a little insight on what my year has been kind of focused on our 10 years kind of celebration of Premier Skills. Dan, I was with you yesterday at our cOZwt2vEBeA Football Festival, where we had a great display of both freestyle football and street soccer. I know it's been a busy year for you as well. Just kind of, in summary, kind of what have you been up to over the year and what are you looking forward to?
So for me, I'm going to be a little bit greedy and say two things, but wrap it up into the last 2 weeks. Basically, the last 2 weeks, for those who I have not met before, the majority of my focus is on the world of street soccer and freestyle football, and developing this as a lifestyle and a sport and a way of life, basically, for more young people around the world. So the last 2 weeks, we've just had the World Open, which I'm joined here by my good friend and colleague Lucas O in the back there. Produces this all the way from in Prague every year for the last 8 years, and we welcomed 54 countries, over 300 athletes to come in and basically bring them together. It was a big freestyle holiday, basically. But what it showed us was this community spirit and this family that's in the streets, all because of a ball. And it brought everyone together. It was a really amazing experience. And then obviously yesterday, you mentioned we had, for the first time, the World Cup for 3v3 street soccer alongside the European Freestyle Championship. So again, for me, it's all about community and bringing people together, and that's what's been highlighted this year. Going forward, a couple of snapshots. I'm very excited for next year. I saw John's here somewhere. I'm I'm going to be joining up with the guys and helping out over at the Street Child World Cup before the World Cup kicks off next year. So looking forward to that coming up. And I'm also helping to set up with Brentford Football Club their Down Syndrome Football Club. So another few exciting offshoots that I just get involved with.
Yeah, no, that's great. And myself, Jen, Dan, and our colleague Simon from Connect Sport will be here over the next 3 days. So please come and grab us, have a chat about anything to do with football, community, football development, women's football, all these different elements that we kind of incorporate into the Love Football Zone. So.